Seventh-day Adventist higher education institutions in North America have seen a 2% decrease in enrollment over the last 5 years. Researchers have found that Adventist secondary education institutions, known as academies, used to be the pipeline for filling these Adventist higher education institutions. But with academies also seeing decreased enrollment, the colleges and universities are forced to look elsewhere for access to prospective students. Many years ago, Adventist high school students chose to attend these Adventist institutions for their future career opportunities in healthcare, ministry, and education, the spiritual atmosphere on campus, and the chance to meet their husband or wife. Today, Adventist high school students around the United States are opting to attend other 4-year private or public colleges and universities, or even 2-year public institutions, because of the cost of tuition, location, and lack of programs offered, causing Adventist institutions to scramble to make their enrollment goals. In 2008, a research study was completed resulting in a number of marketing strategies for Adventist institutions to implement in communicating with prospective students. Though this data was thorough and worked as several institutions saw an increase in enrollment, it is now out of date, which could be the cause of decreasing enrollment, especially with the current ineffective ways of reaching prospective students, according to Ruffalo Noah Lovitz, such as communicating through social media platforms, texting, and email communications. The purpose of this study is to find the most effective marketing communications to Seventh-day Adventist undergraduate prospective students at the inquiry level to the applicant level that will positively influence a student to apply to the institution of their choice. In separate studies, Canterbury, Hahn, and Boyer all found that marketing for higher education is especially challenging due to its intangible nature. Education isn't necessarily a product that can be seen, touched, or used, yet it is a major life decision for an adolescent. Canterbury found that when stripped down to its simplest characteristics, higher education is a service industry, and if it wishes to endure in the competitive and changing system, institutions need to pay attention and familiarize themselves with the social needs and cultural norms of a prospective student. Institutions who choose to continue doing things the way they've always done things are running the risk of losing out on prospective students. In the literature, according to Wright, one critical component of marketing a college or a university is the institution's ability to relate to its prospective students. This marketing approach to enrollment focuses on the prospective student's wants and needs, creating a student life cycle experience that meets the student where they are at. The growth of social media platforms, digital marketing efforts through multi-channel communications, and intentional segmentation gives higher education marketing professionals the ability to be creative in an innovative way to reach prospective students. Several researchers found that these opportunities can include communicating through insightful blog posts, punchy tweets, informative videos, and high-quality photos that give students a unique access into the university or college that they're interested in. In their 2017 marketing report, Ruffalo Noah Lovitz surveyed 91 4-year institutions about their marketing practices. In this survey, colleges and universities ranked how effective certain channels of communication had been with prospective students. These institutions ranked the following practices as about 83 to 93% very or somewhat effective. A website optimized for mobile devices, text messages, a viewbook or search piece, and calling cell phones. Tactics such as integrated marketing communications and intentional segmentation is a strategic place for an institution to start. Many colleges and universities have already been communicating to prospective students through segmentation based on their start term, major of interest, and location. The advantage of this concept now is the opportunity to segment even further based on digital marketing tools such as students' interactions on social media. Prospective students are proactively searching for information in their college search process. In addition to formal sources like a college planning site or the institution's website, they are also looking on Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube, as well as talking to friends, parents, and teachers. The literature found that understanding the wants and needs of late adolescents is challenging because they're changing and it's causing instability. Communicating early and effectively to these students is paramount in understanding their attitude and behavior as they make their college decision. These new innovative concepts in higher education are just the start of where marketing and recruitment can move to effectively reach prospective students, especially with the help of technology. Institutions shouldn't be afraid to use new technologies, and they should integrate them into their admissions and enrollment processes. The literature concluded that colleges and universities should be making data-influenced decisions in relation to their institution's characteristics. If marketed strategically, prospective students will resonate and move to request more information or apply to that specific institution. Multiple researchers found that for an institution to survive and grow amongst the competition, they must have the ability to attract, enroll, and retain students through new opportunities that emphasize strategic relationships. The relationship marketing theory was founded on the idea that building and maintaining relationships is more beneficial for organizations and actually more efficient than traditional marketing. The theory identifies two aspects of establishing a relationship with a customer, or in our case, a prospective student. The first is to attract the prospective student to the specific higher education institution. The second is to build the relationship with the prospective student and move them to being an enrolled student. Mahler and Hallinan argue that there's two types of relationship marketing theories: market-based and network-based relationship marketing. Market-based relationship marketing is the management of the customer base, where the major challenge is to treat large numbers of customers individually and still profit. This is higher education to a T. The purpose of this research is to find if there is a correlation between effective marketing communication at the top of the enrollment funnel with inquiry and applicant communications to influence a student to apply to the institution of their interest. I have chosen to use the mixed methods approach to strengthen the understanding of effective marketing communications to prospective students by collecting data from those who create and implement the marketing strategies, as well as those who execute the marketing strategies with prospective students. I'm surveying enrollment and marketing staff from 13 Adventist colleges and universities in North America. Participants of the qualitative survey were identified from a Facebook group page for enrollment staff, which include recruiters, admissions and enrollment counselors, and campus visit coordinators. Participants of the quantitative interviews will be identified as those who oversee the marketing and communication strategies to prospective students from the inquiry stage to the application stage. An anonymous survey hosted on SurveyMonkey will be posted on the Facebook group page, as well as emailed to a listserv of enrollment staff. It will include questions about how enrollment staff communicate with prospective students, the platform in which they use to communicate, such as social media, phone calls, emails, or direct mail pieces, and the ranking of the effectiveness of those platforms. I want to know their demographics and job positions as well. I will conduct phone interviews with those who manage the marketing and communication strategies by asking questions about their processes to create and implement such strategies, how they generate inquiry leads, the ranking of the effectiveness of their strategies, and what they wish they had more of regarding resources, budget, time, personnel, etc. I will collect the qualitative and quantitative data, analyze them separately, and then compare the two data sets to each other to see if there are any correlations in the findings for successful communication. Data will be collected over a 2 to 3 week period to allow for plenty of time to analyze the data and see if there's any statistical significance. In conclusion, through the relationship marketing theory and data collection, I want to identify the key marketing communications that are effective in reaching Seventh-day Adventist prospective students, that create value in building relationships to influence the student to enroll at an institution.